And okay, so speaking of live gigs, let's segue into your live stream, because I didn't mention that, of course. So you're doing what seems, is it your first live stream performance on the 20th of February? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I've never done a live stream.
Fair play to you for resisting.
So it's going to be strange, like just singing to a camera and not being able to see anybody.
Yeah, it's not even like an interview, you know.
At least I can see you here. No, it's cool. It's this company called High Plateau Productions. They're great for just promoting artists all around the world. So they reached out to me and asked me would I be interested in doing one, and I said yes, even though I'm terrified. But
fair play to you.
It should be good. Yeah.
You know, it's good to be terrified, you know, and like I get terrified, Amy. Everybody gets terrified in their own ways. And some obviously a little bit more than others, you know, let's not pretend, you know, of course. It's about repetition and getting used to it and stuff. But fair play to you for jumping into it. Like that's what you got to do, isn't it? Nothing to it but
really
to do it.
It helps having Axel, like in general, like, you know, it's...
Oh, I'm as nervous as
I can see Axel's just better at hiding it.
Maybe I lean on him a bit too much for that stuff, but like it makes me more relaxed when I know I can rely on Axel to just know what he's doing as well. That's a big part of it, like playing guitar for me. It just takes the pressure off me, like playing and singing myself. I much prefer to sing and have him play for me.
Yeah, how's it going? God, Jesus, you look gorgeous. Jesus, it's been ages since I seen you. How are you keeping?
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Oh my God, guys, these are like one of my favorite like couple duo musicians. Do you know what I mean? Like,
thank you.
And I've been interviewing a few like in the past, and it's always so sweet to kind of meet musicians that are also like dating, that are together. Okay, let's put you in the whole thing. So how are you keeping?
Doing pretty good, hanging in there. Hope you guys are hanging in there too.
We're hanging in as much as one can. And Amy, how are you keeping?
Not too bad, yeah. Just a little bit housebound, but doing okay.
Oh, aren't we all? Isn't it? Like it's mad because the third one, you know, the first, it's funny, isn't it? The first one was kind of like, oh, okay, it's the summer, whatever. Like, let's just do different things.
The weather has a lot to do with it, I think.
Yeah. Yeah,
too much. You can't even really go outside.
You don't even have like holidays to look forward to. We had Christmas. See, that was what was keeping us going for the second lockdown. And now it's just like, well, summer's too far away.
Yeah.
The weather's still kind of crap.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do?
And we know Paddy's Day's not happening. So yeah, we're definitely in this little bit of a rut. But I suppose like it's I touch on it every week. Like it seems to be like we went through the hardest of it, isn't it? The winter with the shortest days, not being able to be with family. And Axel, you couldn't go anywhere, of course, as well. You were stuck. Yeah. Well, at least you had each other, which is great. Did you have a nice like Christmas? Did you spend like a nice time together, or were you at each other's throats? Amy, I told you I was going to catch Axel off at least once, so I thought I'd get it out of the way. I thought I'd get it out of the way. I think there might be a little delay now and then, so sorry about that, guys. It might just it's not too bad, but it can happen from time to time. But it's all part of the technology.
Let us know.
No, it's all good. It's all good. We're all working with what we can. So no, it's just nice to see us together actually, because I haven't seen you like as a togetherness. I think in quite a long time. So it's nice to have you there. So just a brief overview, I suppose, for people watching in and that mightn't be familiar with Amy Ellen, which you should be at this stage, guys. We've been promoting her before the show and a week before. So if you hadn't done your research, for feck's sake, get on top of that shit. But we'll get to know a little bit. So Amy, tell us a little bit about. I gave you a little intro. Just tell us a bit about who's in the band and who's that handsome guy beside you and what does he do in the band as well.
So Axel and me, like, we co-write together. I did have a gigging band, so since COVID I haven't obviously been gigging, so that's not really active, but myself and Axel have done a few things here and there acoustically. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at now.
Just gearing up for the next releases and songwriting and whatnot, you know. That's all you can do, I suppose.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Amy's been on the scene for what, like 3 years now?
Two, really.
Yeah, to release music, you know, it all started when remember when we had that big snowfall a few years back?
Oh
We
yeah.
were locked in for a week.
Mm.
That's when it like Amy kind of brought her ideas
That's
to
when
me.
I actually had like, he kind of forced me to show like the songs I was writing, and I was so nervous because I'd never really shown anybody anything I was writing before. And Axel, obviously, like, he's very versatile as a musician, but like his own music is, you know, it's rock, like hard rock. So showing him my stuff, I was like, oh, I don't know, but he was like very respectful, and he had great input, and yeah, it just kind of worked. When we started writing together, it really worked.
That's brilliant. And like your influences are of, you know, Australian indie folk as well, and Axel obviously is from Australia as well. So was that kind of why you got together? Was it the Australian edge that sort of sealed the deal for you there, Amy?
I think we kind of found that kind of mutual, like, because some of the artists that I'm really into would be like Julia Jacqueline and Angie McMahon, and Axel obviously likes them too. I don't know, there's something about Australian, like, especially for me in the indie kind of folk, I don't know, they just know how to do it.
And I think I understood because, you know, Amy and I obviously were dating at the time, and we were just listening, you know, sharing each other's music that we'd listen to and whatnot. And we do like a lot of what, you know, each other listens to. So it was just a matter of time that I kind of crossed over, you know, her songwriting with her influences, and we're like, all right, we can do this and that. And it's still going, like, that's the method that works today, is that she's still inspired by different artists that are coming in. And, you know, I think we just understand each other a lot.
Yeah, that's absolutely wonderful. And I suppose that goes beyond the music, right? And it just goes on to yourselves as people understanding each other. And I guess that probably does benefit the project, right? As in, you know, being versatile and understanding where the person is coming from writing something that's quite genuine, sensitive, pure, which is music, right? You know, so I mean, that's great that you can sort of adhere to that, and it just works well. And Amy, like, you've released, so you're only 3 years in the music scene, and that's actually mad to know that, you know.
It's weird because like some of the songs I've been releasing, like, they're nearly 2 years like since I recorded them. So obviously COVID just kind of slowed everything down. But yeah, I've been gigging for like since 2018.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so God, it's weird, to say that.
Well, time's moving in strange ways, isn't it? It's either moving fast, but then some things feel like a long time ago. Some things feel like not that long ago, and I wonder what determines that. Perhaps it's personal, but it's interesting, to see that sort of growth. And it's a shame that, you know, and maybe you don't have it as bad, but it's not necessarily bad or good, but you've had a few years of gigging before the lockdown, but you get like you got a taste for gigging almost in those 2 years, and all of a sudden the doors are closed. With regard to this EP that's coming up, can you tell us a little bit about how long ago did the idea stem, like, in your head to release an EP, and is it like a concept? Are the songs linked in together in some ways? And tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it's strange because I wrote these songs quite a while ago, and I've been writing since. So I do feel like my writing has kind of grown, like I've grown a lot since I wrote these songs, but I still have, like,
they've taken on a new meaning almost, because you know, you write something and it's what the lyrics feel right at the time, and then you can always come back to them and reflect.
Exactly. So as I said, we recorded them 2 years ago.
And like I think they were meant initially to be released all at once, and it's just been sort of the way things kind of happened.
It made more sense just to release them as singles.
Yeah. Everyone seems to be doing that now anyway, isn't it? And it seems to because we all have short attention spans, thanks very much, phones and internet, and, you know, hey, thanks also, like, legitimately thanks, not sarcastically, because, you know, it helps us spread our music and ourselves across the world, which is great. But there also comes some detriment, which there are some solutions. For example, releasing songs singularly and then compiling them into a sort of package, which Axel, I think you're doing that as well with another project, I believe. We won't.
That's the idea.
We'll get into that when I pull you onto the show. But it's just a tactic, isn't it? It's just something you have to use. And do you enjoy all that kind of marketing and business stuff, Amy? Is that something, do you like, or do you wish you didn't have to deal with that stuff? Or,
to be honest, I actually like the challenge because I'm doing it by myself. You know, like for this life, I put so much into the promotion of it. because I'm a DIY artist, you know. But I actually do enjoy it. Like I do, as much as I get kind of stressed and stuff, like, you know, because it can be a bit daunting. I do like the fact that it keeps me busy, especially during
Right now.
a lockdown.
You said it, yeah.
So I'm not complaining.
Yeah. And like, are you still writing as well? Like, as while you're doing, are you able to multitask like with the promotion and writing? Because I know they're kind of separate things.
Yeah, I have been. We've been writing a bit. So as I said, like I have a few songs that I can't wait to record, but I have to focus on these batch of songs, you know, because they deserve.
Yeah,
they deserve the attention. But it's strange because I just can't believe it's been 2 years since they were recorded, and like it's great to have more stuff on the way too. But I do think these songs deserve the attention.
And now that you've done the process, like, because there were some songs already like demoed last year, so it's kind of like we have enough songs, I think, to kind of be ahead of schedule and go, right, well, we know the promotion kind of wheel and how that works, and if we want to work with some people in the future, that's completely up to you. And you know,
I think you learn something after every release. You learn more and more, you know.
Absolutely. And This Life is coming out on the 19th of Feb, so anybody that's well, not anybody that's interested. You are interested because you're tuning in and watching us, so of course you're interested. So I'm literally posting right now the link to Amy's what do you call that, the pre-save. Jeez, I almost forgotten. I run a bleeding pre-save group myself. So click on that link there, guys, right now. It's not gonna take away the video or anything like that. Click on that link, and it's on YouTube, guys. So you guys on Facebook, I've actually turned you off, so I'm so sorry. It's so rude, but it's just so difficult to look at everything while also having guests. But on YouTube, I have shared the link. So click on that and pre-save Amy Ellen's This Life. It's coming out next week, next Friday already. Yeah, I'm sure it just kind of came out of nowhere. When did you sort of begin promoting it? Was it mid-January? How early? Was it earlier than usual? Did you do anything different?
I kind of stuck to the 4 weeks. I've always kind of given it the 4 weeks to kind of announce that something's happening, and then slowly kind of
let the pressure build.
Just kind of spin it out a little bit, so the pressure doesn't.
You do feel like 4 weeks is a long time to kind of still keep like people interested, you know, but it's actually flown in, like
with all the emails that you've done, like it's just taken up like the amount of
that's
work
all I
put
do
in, it's just,
literally
it's a 9 to 5
no
job,
excuse
you know?
not to put work into it, because that's all I'm doing at the moment.
Is it nice not to have the pressure of a 9 to 5 job or you're finished BIM now, Amy, right? Did you graduate last year, was it?
I did.
Right.
I graduated in November.
Oh, okay. Brilliant.
November,
last year already.
So, and I usually work, you know, a part-time job, and obviously because of COVID, that's not happening right now. So it's given me the free time to actually focus on putting more into this release, maybe more than the others in a way. You know, I'm kind of, as I said, you learn as you go. So
definitely the focus is there anyways, because there's literally not much to do.
So
I think it's sort of a saving grace, you know.
Is that a perfect, like, take away all the restrictions we're obviously facing, but like, and all the other bad stuff, but like, is that something that you would like, you know, as in just 100%? I mean, maybe it's a silly question, it's obvious, but or is it too much, like having just music? Would you want something else on the side as well, like a side hustle?
Honestly, I kind of, as much as I've given out about just not having much going on right now, I think I would prefer to have the time to put into music like that full time. Definitely, that's the goal. Like, you know, that's if it was doable. It's not really like I do need, obviously, to have a part-time job at the moment and things like that. But yeah, I would love to just focus on music.
Yeah, Axel, I take you feel the same as well, right?
Of course, you know, it's I think the goal we're always trying to achieve is to be sustainable, you know, just from music, which is, you know, only doable through touring these days.
You
know, the releases are just one thing. It's just the excuse to go play some shows, really, and keep the wheel turning and the machine greased up. So that's, you know, I think because of work, it's kind of forced us to think differently about, you know, and prioritize what's important at that given time and kind of figure things out. So maybe, you know, as opposed to Amy, I took on some work during lockdown as opposed to having more free time like I did before. It was just good to get a change of perspective. But yeah, obviously you want all the free time to say that you did as much as you could, but maybe sometimes you need
a balance.
You need a balance in a broad way just to clear your head.
Yeah.
So
I guess some people work better. Everyone's different, isn't it? Like some people need something to keep them grounded and stable, because music can be grounding, but it can also take you out of groundedness, if you know what I mean. It can kind of get you too up in your head or out in the clouds. You can kind of get lost in the creation process sometimes, and it can be difficult for some people to pull yourself back down to reality, I suppose. So sometimes a part-time job can assist, or something else that's more grounding, like, I don't know, maybe sports or something. Maybe that perhaps is seen on a more grounding or I'm just talking shite. I don't know. That's how I feel.
I think you're totally right. Like everybody, has different ways of dealing with that. I just think that if it was doable, I would like to just put all my time into it.
Granted that the resources could come in,
Yeah, like obviously to survive.
Yeah. So, I think the balance will come back when live music returns, not only for our own original music, respectively, but also with cover gigs, because that's where, there's a bit less pressure. We take it just as seriously, but you kind of, you're playing songs that everybody knows, and you can cool off. You're in the back of a pub, or you know what I mean? You're in a corner just banging away some tunes with some mates, and you know yourself, like it's good to have that release and the original stuff is like the serious business, and that's where you kind of put the time.
Absolutely. And it's funny as mentioned, because obviously both of you on separate occasions have worked with me on cover projects. Amy with the David Bowie, the Ziggy Stardust album, I believe we did that in the Grand Social, and Amy saved our lives with that one, because that was so difficult, such a difficult album, and it was great fun. It was so nice to have you at that one, and Axel, of course, as well, with Rockstar Karaoke. What else did we do? Was it just Rockstar? We did something else.
I think
we did a couple of Rockstar gigs. Oh, yeah.
And then I think you had a concept which I won't, divulge here. Oh
yeah.
But there was another concept I think I wasn't available for.
Yeah.
But,
there was always some project floating around the psyche.
Those karaoke gigs, the corporate shows,
the corporate stuff. Stop. And we were due, and I'm sure you guys were due loads of gigs last year, of course. But anyway, geez, we digress, and I'll start crying now, And it is nice, guys, because it's a little bit of a catch up, which is as well. It feels like I haven't seen you. I know Axel, we spoke on the phone now and then, and Amy, I haven't chatted to you in quite a while, so it's really nice to reconnect you. I just got, when I saw you both there together, I just got a big smile on my face, and I forgot all my woes and worries, and you get that sometimes when you see somebody again and you haven't seen in a while, do you know what I mean, and you share fond memories, so it's really nice, genuinely so nice.
We've lost our social skills now that we've been locked indoors.
Dude,
we've only got each other. We don't know how to talk to anybody else. Maybe the cashier at the local spot.
I was on a show last week, and I was saying, like, what if like all the confident stage performers like aren't confident anymore on stage, and the ones that struggle on stage as well, like, I mean, I was one of those.
Starting over.
Sorry?
It'll be like starting over. I can totally relate to that. It's the idea of it again, just kind of going through that. Oof, I don't know. It's
the crowd might be as nervous as we are.
That's a good point Axel's making. Actually, the crowd might be most nervous as well. Just as much. So
it'll be our job to kind of round them up.
Listen, it's always easier the second time, Amy. Do you know that? Like, even if it's the second time of not practicing something for a while, it's always there's a muscle memory, there's a mental memory, and sometimes yourself. Sometimes the breaks do wonders for us as well. Musically, having a break, or a break from an instrument, or a break from a person, even, or situations and stuff. You come back to it fresh eyes and stuff. So it's very hard to judge things, isn't it, until you're actually in them, and an experience can be different than what we in our heads create because of past and whatever. But and okay, so speaking of live gigs, let's segue into your live stream, because I didn't mention that, of course. So you're doing is it your first live stream performance on the 20th of February? Tell us a little bit about that.
I've never done a live stream.
Fair play to you for resisting.
So it's going to be strange, like just singing to a camera and not being able to see anybody.
Yeah, it's not even like an interview, you know.
At least I can see you here. No, it's cool. It's this company called High Plateau Productions. They're great for just promoting artists all around the world. So they reached out to me and asked me would I be interested in doing one, and I said yes, even though I'm terrified. But
fair play to you.
It should be good. Yeah.
You know, it's good to be terrified, you know, and like I get terrified, Amy. Everybody gets terrified in their own ways. And some obviously a little bit more than others, you know, let's not pretend, you know, of course. It's about repetition and getting used to it and stuff. But fair play to you for jumping into it. Like that's what you got to do, isn't it? Nothing to it but
really
to do it.
It helps having Axel, like in general, like, you know, it's...
Oh, I'm as nervous as she is.
I can see Axel's just better at hiding it.
Maybe I lean on him a bit too much for that stuff, but like it's very, it makes me more relaxed when I know I can rely on Axel to just know what he's doing as well. That's a big part of it, like playing guitar for me. It just takes the pressure off me, like playing and singing myself. I much prefer to sing and have him play for me.
And it's good to practice a set again and feel like it's a gig, you know?
Yeah.
So we're running through the songs, you know, trying to time it, looking at the structures, adapting the songs just to one acoustic guitar. Because Amy's instrumentation is, you know, it's indie folk rock and it works. It's very versatile.
Too,
so you'll be just singing standalone with just a mic, Amy, is it? And then Axel's on acoustic guitar. Is it great? I've seen a lot more musicians do that. Martin McDonald was doing that, and Fee as well at the New Year's Eve gig, and it just alleviates a lot of stress and unnecessary. And plus, it gives you more space to work with. You know, you get to move around a little bit and sort of loosen. Your shoulders are more loose. You know, you're not hanging a guitar on it and stuff. But as well, Axel is quite the rock, I have to say. You know, in other aspects, even outside of your relationship. So it's great to see it travels across everything, because when I see Axel on stage with me, I always feel like safe. I always feel like this guy's got it. You know, I remember at the INEC.
Yeah, no, there is definitely, like, not trying to make his head.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'll bring him down at the end there. Go ahead.
He knows he's very reliable, and it makes all the difference.
Yeah.
You know, it really does. Because I'm a nervous performer, very anxious, so just it's always reassuring when Axel knows.
Purely out of passion for the music, you know. Like I wouldn't be playing with any of the bands if I didn't believe in their songs, and the musicians as well. Yeah, no, I'm so happy that you have each other, guys, and you seem to complement each other so well as well. And you seem like a jigsaw piece. He's just fit perfect. So I absolutely love it. And this is me getting mushy here now. Valentine's Day weekend. Go figure. But I genuinely mean it. Yous are extremely sweet together, and I figured I'd say it to yous live on air because, you know, I don't get to chat to yous too much and together, so I wanted to say that.
All right.
And there we go. Now I got it. See, now his head stretched, but his face went red now.
No, we changed the contrast on the
camera. Okay. And so, what, guys? Do you want to do a performance?
Up to you. Do you want to try and give a little bit of a taste of what the... I hope the sound will come through.
Are you on a phone or laptop?
This would be a laptop.
Did you do your musician settings in your Zoom? Because there's an option there to do that quickly. We can do it really quick if you want.
Do that.
It's up to yourself.
If that's okay with you.
Yeah. There's on the mic, and this will be a tutorial for everybody at home. So on the microphone section, there's a little arrow pointing up, and you can click audio settings. Yep. And then it'll show you speaker, microphone on the right hand side, and suppress background noise to low. And then below that, music and professional audio, click those first three boxes: show and meet, an option to turn on original sound, high fidelity music mode, and echo cancellation. And that's it. Bob's your uncle.
All of them.
I think you can.
All right. So you can still hear us.
Yeah. And then on the top left of the screen, where you see me, there's a button that says turn on original sound.
Oh,
and it should be blue.
Throw that back on.
Yeah. You can click on it.
Oh,
yeah, click on that and it should turn blue. Let's see. There we go. And that should work.
Is that all right?
Yeah. Take it away. Tell us what is he playing? What are you playing?
We're gonna do an acoustic version of this.
Oh my god, this is so good. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, let me just fit you in. You are in the. You're on stage, by the way, right? So you'll be able to see this after the show, I guess, unless you have YouTube there. But You're on a little makeshift stage, guys. Ooh. So this is your warm up for your live. This is your live stream gig, Amy.
Oh my god!
All right, guys, take it away. That was absolutely awesome. Guys, for tuning in, that was Amy Ellen performing This Life, which is out on the 19th of February, next Friday. I was going to say Tuesday or Thursday. Every song's usually released on Fridays. And by the way, guys, tuning in on YouTube, yeah, you can hop over to, anyone tuning on Facebook, you can hop over to YouTube. There's loads of people in and commenting away. So yeah, do pop on over there for a better experience. Guys, that was so nice. Thanks so much for performing. Thanks so much for, so nice to see you. So nice to chat to you. Before I let you go, I want to ask both of you a question, and Amy, if you want to answer first, and just to close off, what's the first thing, if you pick one of these three things, what's the first thing you want to do after lockdown? Perform a gig, see a gig, or go on holidays?
Oh God, this is going to be very
So sorry for doing this to you.
unexpected coming from a musician, but I really, really want to go on
Yeah,
holiday.
no, that's a fair one. That's an absolute fair one. And thank you for your honesty.
Really need it.
And Axel, what are you feeling, man?
Oh, I need to play.
I love it. Oh, I'm so happy you picked different answers. That's so nice. That's so nice to hear. Is there anything you want to close off with, guys? We have the day, 19th of February, this live. The link is in the YouTube chat, by the way. You can pre-save that now. We got the 20th of February is Amy's live stream. It's at 8 p.m. and it's in partnership with California-based company High Plateau Productions. The tickets are available on Eventbrite, and they're obviously on your page, on your Facebook page, Amy Ellen. Do check out Amy Ellen, of course, on all the platforms. Is there anything you want to close off with, guys, before I love yous and leave yous?
Well,
I think you covered everything.
yeah.
I did your job for you, see?
Don't
Thank
forget
you
your
so
flowers for tomorrow.
There you go. Fantastic, guys. Well, listen, take care. It's so good to see you, and best of luck with that live stream. I'm definitely going to be tuning in, Amy. So break a leg and have some fun, and I know you're going to do great. So chat to you soon, guys.
See you guys.
Bye, bye,
See
bye,
ya.
bye.